This is the Atlas 300 Metalbind machine and comes with the plastic cover guides. When you set up the machine, you have the magnetic cover guide which sits on here and goes in and out. That then doesn't need to move. We then have the two ruler cover guides. The wide one goes into the back of the throat and in like so. Now you need the wide cover guide when you're binding channel sizes that are 1.5mm up to 16mm. If you need to do 20 to 32mm channels, then what you need to do is to take the wide cover guide out of the machine and you put the narrow one in exactly the same way. Now you can do the very wide channels. So this one is for doing 1.5 up to 16mm. This one is for 20 to 32mm. This stores in the side of the machine like that. When it comes to binding, we want to choose the correct spine size. We have a cover locator here, so we just place the paper inside and we measure off, it says 7mm. So now I can put my paper into a 7mm folder and just knock it up square. So I get my paper nice and square all round. There is a front and a back. So there's a slight rounded lip at the front and a flat back. When we do the binding, we always bind with the front facing away from us. The curved part of the spine goes under the lip of the cover guide in here. So I place my folder in and I justify it to the right, and then I close with the lever at the front. And then all I do is press down, usually just over 1.25 attempts. Then I simply take my cover out and we're bound, and that's it. Now there's a full range of spines going from 1.5mm up to 32mm, but the 1.5mm and the 3mm are different to all the others. All the other spines from 5mm to 32mm have a square back to them. The 1.5 and the 3mm are curved. They've got a rounded edge to them. Now, this is important when it comes to doing the debinding of the books. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to bind the 1.5mm that I have here. So I place my paper in the cover. I then put it into the machine with the front facing away from me, curved edge facing away, and then I just clamp it closed. Take my cover out and I'm done, and that's it. Now, the machine comes with a debinding facility. The debinding bar looks like this. So when I want to do a debind, I take my book and I just place it flat in the front with the spine facing up against the back wall. So all I then do is go middle-ish, and I take my debinding bar and I place it on the right pillar first, and then on the left pillar, and then I pull this channel back against the wedge, and then I close it against the back wall. With both hands, I then push the hand down and my left hand slides across. And I do this about 3 times. And all I'm doing is I'm forcing the spine open. And I just take out the spine and all my paper has come out. Now, I could replace my sheets of paper, pop the paper back in, once again with the curved front facing away from me, put it back into the machine, justify it to the right, and then I can clamp it closed again and take it out. So I've debound and rebound it. That's all nice and easy for debinding when I've got a square spine. When I've got the curved spine, when I push it against the back wall of the machine, it will move. So we have this accessory here with two grooves. The two grooves, the narrow one is for the 1.5mm and the wide one is for the 3mm. So the whole idea of this is that when we go to debind, we place it against the back wall, and this stops the curved spine from moving while I'm trying to debind it. So I now just repeat what I did. I open it middleish, I put my debinding bar onto the right, onto the left. Now I bring my spine up and I close at the front to push it against the back wall. Then I just repeat by pushing the handle down 3 to 4 times to open it up. Take it all out and everything has come apart again. Now I can take my debinding bar and it slides into a slot on the left hand side of the machine. And so the cover selector guide is magnetic and just sits on the side, and that is our Atlas 300.